Hi Junior, I thought I would make this video to help you find that section in Apex. So my dashboard on Apex is going to look different than yours, but it should say SEM 2 on your dashboard, or it may even say this, World History 1-2. And so it'll bring up what looks like this. So this is the unit that we're going to get to, Unit 2, Revolutions in Science and Industry. And so let me go back to 521, make this a little, whoop, hold on. Oh, hold on. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to just move it. All right, so 521, I've collapsed some of my modules. All right, 521 uses lesson 5.2. And so it says read and study the info and drawings from Apex section 221, illustrating science. So back up here, so you can go into here and try to get to 221, and I shouldn't say try, you can. This is a teeny bit faster, I think. If you go up here to this left-hand corner, if you hover over it, it'll say outline, and then it kind of looks like the dots and lines on an actual piece of notebook paper. So you click on that, Revolutions in Science and Industry, click on this drop-down arrow. We need to get to 221, so here's section 22. Click on the drop-down arrow again, and then 221 is titled Checkup Illustrating Science. Let me move my window again. Whoops, this window. There we go. Okay, so you do want to read the beginning part of 221 because it's going to give you information on what the scientific revolution was, and them actually coming up with a scientific method, which you have probably met before in science classes like biology. Okay, so what's the big deal with the scientific revolution? That's what this part is talking about here. And then go to the next page. So this page actually has good information on Galilei. A lot of people throughout history just use his first name, which is a little bit different. Usually we refer to people in history with their last names. But if you've ever heard of Galileo before, this is him, Galileo Galilei. And then how he upset the Roman Catholic Church. All right, so finally getting to the source, which is a whole bunch of sketches, is inside of this green box here. You can see that if you hover over it, it'll highlight, you click Illustrating Science. And then inside of here, you'll see that there are 4 illustrations. Now you have to click on each of them. And obviously we're not going to read Latin here, but each of the captions, that's what's down here, each of the captions will give you a snapshot of what Galileo was drawing and where it appeared. Okay, so you close that one. Whoops, probably shouldn't have closed it. Hold on. Okay, so the second one is also a sketch of the moon. X out of this one instead of hitting close. This one is by another guy, Celerius, astronomer. It is a sketch of the universe. And then this is by a totally different guy, and it is by Robert Hooke, who used a microscope, new invention, scientific revolution, right, to illustrate what he saw off of a flea. Okay, so back to this, clicking next. I know that you can open this. You've submitted it with a different section in Apex. So when it says what type of source is this, you're going to say sketch, who created this primary source and when. If you want to list all of the scientists that created those sketches, you can. If you want to focus on one of them, you can. What was going on in the world? You are going to say it was the period of the scientific revolution. This one, don't skip it and don't say, I don't know, okay? It says, what prior knowledge do you have of this subject? So, what can you tell me about art or sketching Or let's see, the first two were moons. What can you tell me about the moon, the sun, stars, the solar system? Or what can you tell me about fleas or insects? Okay, so what prior knowledge do you have when you are looking at those sketches? What's the point of the view of the source? So you're going to talk about how the scientist was looking at those, whether it was the moon or the sun or the flea, and then talk a little bit about why that person would have created it. In conclusions, how does this help us to understand history? Make sure that you're coming at it from the standpoint of how the scientific revolution helps us today. Okie dokie, I hope that wasn't too long, and I hope it helps. If you have other questions, let me know. Bye!